So in chapter 9 or 6, the giant straw hat and the reverie story with Kuma was revealed. So at that time I was really confused what the giant straw hat meant, but I definitely believed that the Joyboy could be a giant at that time. Or most importantly, that the giant transformation of Gear 5th Luffy could spark the fire that finally awakens the desire to fight for freedom in those around him. That could be speculated as the dawn of the next generation. But before diving deep, let me mention that in the SBS Caution Corner of chapter 9 or 6, we get a ring to chapter 485 where we got the best epic moment, the nothing happened moment. I personally love that moment because that defined Zoro's loyalty towards his crew. In that specific chapter, we learned that Kuma is an honorable man, and despite his almost complete pacifista transformation, he notes that Luffy is as amazing as his father, Monkey D. Dragon, and he spared Luffy. At that time, we didn't know why Kuma would be on the first name basis with the leader of the Revolutionary Army. But hold that thought in your mind while I lay a background story on you. When Road to Laugh Tale Part 4 was released, we got the original concept art for what was centered to Luffy's awakening. Sun and Nika were expected, but the word giant also appeared, which could meant the gigantic transformation would actually be the part of the awakening. Other notable features of the awakening including his smile, his laugh that spreads across and relieves the suffering of others. The pure white glow was already determined, which could suggest that the death and being unafraid of death is a part of the awakening as well. Regarding the drums of liberation, we get like fireworks, a symbol of liberation. The drums ring out. We also get the name Hanuman Monkey God. According to the legends, Hanuman mistook the sun for a fruit, leaped towards it and was struck down dead by Indra's lightning, and was revived by Shiva due to the suffering that resulted from his death. Along with his life, Hanuman Ji became immortal with the wishes to have a body as strong as Indra's thunderbolt and immunity towards that specific weapon, which could be seen in One Piece, like Luffy did get hurt when Enel's lightning struck him in the Skype arc. Immunity to fire damage, water damage immunity. That seems to be interesting as devil fruit users are unable to do anything when they just fall into the water. Wind immunity and the speed of light and ability to move to any place where he cannot be stopped. This god is also legendary for ripping out a part of Himalayan mountain in his giant form to get the heal herbs for the wounded, bringing it back to a massive battle site and dropping a piece along the way that could be speculated as Reverse Mountain in One Piece. Many of this has already been come true for Luffy. Another interesting detail is that Hanuman Ji's father is Vayu, who has air powers, which tracks with the dragon's coincidental appearance with strong winds, and his ship's name the Wind Granma. We know that there is a strong probability that the dragon doesn't have a devil fruit with wind or speed or storm-like properties. There are enough theories on that. But Granma is coincidentally the official newspaper for the Communist Party of Cuba, named after the yacht that carried the Fidel and the revolutionaries to begin the Cuban Revolution. Let us also note that the revolutionary newspaper like Granma and the big news Morgan's World Economy newspaper are. We are very close to learning what is the famous Agate incident that is going to shake the world, likely delivered by none other than Morgan. In chapter 1066, we learned that he founded the Revolutionary Army with Dragon and Ivankov. It is not coincidental that this is the same chapter in which Luffy discovers the ancient robot, which is by the way missing its energy source, and asks it to move. When Luffy asks again in chapter 1067, Kuma's body immediately starts to move towards the red line towards Marijua, just like how ancient robot attacked Marijua 200 years ago. Fast forward to chapter 1092, the ancient robot is awake again. Well, what if Kuma and the ancient robot swapped bodies, mind or will to become the ultimate weapon during the Kuma's final modification done by Vegapunk? Both Vegapunk and the Revolutionary Army are the inheritors of OR as well. I believe that Vegapunk was missing Luffy to revive the ancient robot, and that his experimentation was a success, just like Momonosuke's devil fruit. Through Vegapunk's experimentation on Kuma's devil fruit abilities to extract memories and emotions, as well as Vegapunk's research on the ancient robot, it is possible that the ancient robot's will is inside of Kuma's body on the way to fulfill its original mission, and Kuma's will is inside of ancient robot. Now that Kizaru has hurt Bonnie and the Gear 5th Luffy, Joyboy's drums of liberation are activated again, which is probably the fuel that was missing to activate the ancient robot again. Very soon we will find out what the real truth is. Kuma's will reawaken in the ancient robot to protect Bonnie. Like Bonnie said, her father would never leave her behind. We'll need to learn more about what she discovered from Kuma's memories to learn who her real target is now. Joyboy's giant heartbeat is probably the source for the ancient robot, which likely activates right now when Luffy defies death or near-death experience. Lucci versus Luffy was not a near-death experience. Kizaru versus Luffy as well. Passing through Vegapunk's barrier twice might be near-death experience. During Luffy's awakening chapter, didn't he die? And who is to say that he has has not had multiple death experiences in his path to reawakening his destiny. The big risk here is that just like in the Road to Laughter Part 4 reminded us and the Impel Down Guard, Luffy risked being overtaken by the original Joyboy. Many have theorized that Luffy will die at the end, but we will see to that. The monkey god Hanuman awakening towards his destiny as he reaches adulthood, the curse of suffering, similar to Luffy's nearing adulthood and awakening. What if Kuma extracted the ancient robot's memories with his devil fruit, and with Vegapunk's research, Kuma was able to see himself what the ancient robot was fighting for and choose to become a weapon himself to fulfill the Joyboy promise. I believe that no matter what, Kuma truly is a revolutionary at his heart, and for as long as he can able to exercise free will during his appearance throughout One Piece, he has repeatedly worked against the government orders and programming to choose to protect Luffy, the Sunny and the Straw Hat Pirates, who also represent the spark of revolution in One Piece. Will is one of the strongest forces in One Piece, and removing someone's revolutionary spirit is difficult. To be revolutionary requires a high level of commitment, sacrifice and belief in the dream of the new world. For Kuma to willingly choose to become a weapon for corrupt world government is a high gamble. It is very contradictory to what the revolutionary army is actually doing, the army that he founded. I believe that his true end goal is that he bet on Joyboy and the future generation's success. What could be the memories that are within the ancient robot? I am excited to see how Luffy's power expands as he discovers how far he can go, and if like Hanuman Ji he can defy the curse of devil fruits and gain immunity towards water, the One Piece will be his. He might be able to avoid Buggy's sickness as he goes near to Laughter, and he can become king of the pirates. And if you have reached the end of the video, definitely subscribe to the channel and like the video if you really loved it.